Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
Did I tell you I'll be back? I'm back with another video. Now, unfortunately, the topics I had planned, which were some great topics, Bob Iger, the most dangerous man ever to get in politics, and I'll explain that in the video. I don't want to give much away because that's going to be a hot one. And then the other topic I was working on putting together is how the Fandom Menace is not a hate group. And now you're going to have to wait for that too, because, and this is honestly what's going on, I will let things go as they are. Okay? Let people decide for themselves. But when a Jerbot, Jerbot, and the Jer army come on my video to spread lies instead of letting people figure out for themselves and decide for themselves, I got a problem. Especially when Jeremy's movie blog, Jeremy Jr., wants to tweet out and point. That's another topic for discussion. How a lot of this hell in fandom is caused by, I'm not doxing, pointing. Pointing is almost as bad. Because if you're going hard at someone and then you point to where all our information was provided online, and that's not what the person wanted to use their info for, that's doxing too, in my opinion. But that's for another discussion. I'm gonna get back to the broken Jerbots because they flooded my video, and now the reason I'm pissed as hell about Odin is because the comment I was referring to him, talking to him like a man. You come to me, I man up, I talk to you right back. Every time. Believe it. Straight to you, Odin. But what we were talking about is, and I'll get more onto this in a moment because I'm going to have to bring up the stream because I'm defending myself from my video. And there was a Jerbot attack of 20 downvotes after he couldn't keep our discussion on my comment section. He had to retweet it like a little bitch. I wonder where he gets that from. So my point was, not everyone thinks the same outside of your bullshit bubble. Let people decide for themselves. And my ratio is not that bad. And then Jerbot lost his shit, retweeted it, and sent the Jerbot army, and I had to deal with that on my video yesterday. Now, this video was delayed because I honestly was in the mindset for my other topics. But we're now going to talk about the stream because stinking Jerbots don't understand about gaslighting and the Strawman. Now, Jeremy's big counter argument to me is that my persona is different on streams. And I explained I'm new to streaming, I don't like streaming, and I'm cautious as hell when I'm going to the other person's home turf. When they're all prepared, they know where everything's going, they have other people they could bring in, and they bring up other people without them there to defend themselves. I talk to everyone no matter what. I don't stop talking to them even if they do things that I disagree with. B-Level has done things I disagree with. Angus has done things I disagree with. And so has Wished Upon a Vlog. I'm not sure because I have to get her whole story, and that's why I want to talk to her. Minimalizing, exaggerating what I'm doing, and minimalizing where he was caught red-handed. Yeah, I'm cautious as hell on a live stream where he's prepared, has his whole team tweeting things. You saw him looking at his phone. He's got Ryan over here. They could message each other. I'm just one man on a stream and someone else's home turf. I knew exactly what the perception was going to be going into some. I told Angus I don't want to go on theirs, but he said I should. So that Angus and I'm still friends with Angus no matter what was put on that stream because I don't cancel people based on one thing they've done wrong. And that's not for me to decide either. I'm not about cancel culture. I'm about the truth and stopping disingenuous shit and calling out shills everywhere they are, no matter what side of the fence you're on, because team sports and supporting people, no matter what the bullshit they do, is how hell continues in the fandom. And then when I'm talking about him and he diverts and talks about other people's credibility, when I don't research every single thing everyone else does. And I don't research everything on the internet because I go to work. My internet isn't my job. How the hell am I supposed to go to work and then research every single little thing? And even if I did, I wouldn't stop talking to them. Regardless of the beef that Jeremy and Once Upon a Vlog had, it's still bullshit what he did to her. Because before he said, I value, this means a lot coming from you, your quality. And then when he has a problem with her, he calls her a crazy bitch and then alludes to other things. The lamest thing you could do with us being a right-wing NPC chucklehead SJW is allude to her credibility, saying maybe she would accuse me something else if I met her personally. That's bullshit! No matter what problems you had with her, you don't do that. If you respect whammon, you know how he says respect whammon all the time? You don't do that shit. You have a problem with them, resolve it, keep talking, keep the conversation going. Don't bring up other things. Maybe she would have accused me of a Me Too type thing. That's lame as hell, and you know it. Now, I'm not defending her 100% because that's not my place. She should defend herself. I went into the lion's den and they brought up every single thing that everyone has had problems with, and I'm the only one there. Of course, the perception's gonna be a certain way. But Odin, you need to leave shit alone, let people decide for themselves, instead of sending a Jerbot attack on my comment section to downvote it. That's bullshit too. So, getting back to, I know what I said. I don't intend, I'm trying hard as hell not to be this disingenuous YouTube bullshit. I said I would stop, but I'm going to comment on it again. Because the Jerbots can't understand gaslighting and the Strawman argument and decide to come on my channel to start shit and then tweet it out to signal, to point where to go. I am going to comment it now. And that's why this video is dedicated to Jeremy's movie blog and his bullshit he pulled yesterday. So, if you watch the live stream, think about the Strawman argument. And basically, at the start, I had a feeling that's where he was going. I should have called him straight out on it on air. But honestly, when you're dealing with someone that's constantly saying, answer my Strawman scenario, it is exhausting. That's why I was like, I want to go. I'm done with this. And he wants me to answer, give me a yes or no to my Strawman scenario. And then I say, let's move on. That's what's going on. I don't want to give a definitive on your scenario you came up when I asked you just a simple question. So you lied, saying that the videos were still available. Well, let's talk about deleted videos. What the hell? I'm talking about a deleted review. Let's go discuss deleted videos all over YouTube. A review is different than just a deleted video. Especially if your whole channel is built around it. And then minimalizing his mistakes and exaggerating the hell out of what I've done. And then, at the beginning of the stream, he said, well, the reason this got so heated is I call gaslighters bluff every time. Because part of their gaslighting is fronting like they want you to make the videos. I call jackasses bluff every time. Believe it. And how do I know the bluff worked? Because now he says, I'm sick of all your hate videos. What the hell? If he's sick of my hate videos, my thumbnails were fire. I got that comment on some of my thumbnails this past couple weeks. Thumbnails are fire. That's what a commenter said. But I don't think they've crossed any line and gone as far as the movement has done to. You're making me defend Bree. I don't like Bree either, but come on. You know what you did? All the crazy shit thumbnails. Unbelievable. So if what I did to you came, which actually has an important conversation and proof in the videos, is hate, what does that make yours, Jeremy? What does that make yours? See how things change? You see, I am working on another level because I'm not just making videos to make them. I'm making a statement. When you get it pointed at you, you become a bitch. It's not fair. It's not fair. I don't attack other YouTubers because you're part of the YouTube team. And that's another point that was proven. Team sports sucks. You don't defend your team no matter what. I'm not saying that you cancel them or stop being friends with them. You keep the conversation going still. But you going after celebrities is the exact same thing. They're not given a chance to respond. You keep going. How is it any different? So I am making a statement with my videos and my thumbnails. And you just proved it like a bitch. Oh, he's constantly hating on me. So then he says his stuff is not hate. Pick it. Decide then. What is it? Is it hate or isn't it? That's one of the other points that I was trying to make with these videos. Another one of his counter arguments was to my saying that you're so stuck on yourself, stuck in your head with your big head that you keep retweeting the proof that actually exposes you. His point was that why would he make it public if the proof is in there? And I said, and he's caught on tape admitting it because you didn't realize yet. Pull up the video. Oh, I misspoke. Isn't that minimalizing what he's done? Is an absolute lie. And then when he gets to the point where I say why it would be, then if he couldn't answer a simple question saying why would it benefit him to delete the review? He gave the biggest straw man of the night. He says, so you think that I knew I was going to be the face of the movement. I knew I was going to make all these videos. I knew I was going to make all this money. Is that what you're saying? Of course I don't want to answer that question because it's a straw man argument. No, I said that's not what I'm saying. Talking about you deleting the review, and then every time someone questions you on it, because he said he's addressed this before, every time someone's questioned you on it. And here's another huge point. Why would it be trending on Reddit? Because it's been missing for so long. People have been looking for it. That's why it was still important to discuss before. It was trending on Reddit for a reason. It's very easy to delete a review so you don't have the video proof, the audio proof of your actual initial thoughts when you try to make 100 videos on the subject with the opposite. Flip-flopper. Flipflopper.com. That absolutely proves it in all his straw manning and gaslighting and then bringing others in when they can't respond. I'm here to talk to you about my arguments. I don't want to bring others in when I don't want to know. Do you think I want to know everything about Black Anus? Hell no. I like talking to him. That doesn't mean I 100%. Every man is responsible for their own words and actions. Even if I think you've done something wrong, I'm not going to stop talking to you. And I honestly don't know. You know what? I'll still include it at the end. I recorded a quick, minute video just showing how many movie reviews are up during that time, because another one of his counter arguments was basically he's putting the burden of proof on me and saying where exactly. That's the other thing, that if you're debating Jeremy in the future, here's a pro Jeremy tip. He will try to deflect the question and ask you specifics that he doesn't even know. He doesn't know how many videos he deleted. How do you know how many videos deleted? He doesn't know. How do you know this? He asked for the most specific shit that's impossible to know, even if it was him himself. So, will there be a round 3? Hell no, I don't want to talk to him again. I do want to talk to Ryan on a stream just one-on-one without the bullshit. Because that bullshit is exhausting. And I was tiptoeing in there because I'm in the lion's den. I'm not gonna have some Odin's Jeremy movie blog come on the my video spread shit because he's hopped up on red pills dispersed in an echo chamber in tiger blood. Winning! Yeah, I'm not putting up with that shit. You gonna talk to me? Talk to me. Don't send the Jer army bots to come downvote my video. Pointing is another problem in this community. Talk amongst yourselves. Twitter, you can point. But on a video, because my argument was let people decide for themselves and then you're gonna point. That's bullshit. I was going to include the exact clips and the timestamps of where he was using his Strawman arguments and that you could see I didn't want to give as a response because I should have just said straight out, I was so tired of the bullshit and he wants you to say yes or no so you're caught on video with one of his elaborate Strawman scenarios. And this is video help. You know how he says he helps everyone? This is help to other YouTubers that want to debate him. Look out for the straw man and tell him that was not my question. Stop making elaborate straw man scenarios and just answer with a simple yes or no, because he deflects, creates a big scenario, and then he puts the yes or no back on you. Every single time. Go watch it and you'll see. But I really do want to let this go. I'm just pissed as hell about the Jerbot army. No, Jerbot army, I swat you away. I swat you away every time. I'll talk to you directly on my videos. Don't go point to get your other bots in a frenzy. The point I wanted to make was, and this is not talking about the review, how he absolutely, unequivocally proved me right about he's reaching and stretching for racist, misogynist, and homophobic, and that's what they called us, and I gotta use it in every single video. And now, again, I hate that you're making me defend Kathy Kennedy, because you know I'm not a fan, or Ryan Johnson. Now, Ryan, he did call people man babies, and then his argument on tape was that Kathy wore a Force is Female t-shirt. That's not calling you a racist, diphead. You could make an argument that she's being using misandry. She's a misandrist to promote feminism. Yeah, and she did it. She used that agenda ahead of Star Wars and the story and anything else. She only has one agenda. I've long gone on record as saying my biggest problem with Kathy Kennedy is not that she has an agenda for social justice or for feminism. It's because she doesn't have an agenda for Star Wars. You can have another agenda, but Star Wars, the story, the characters, the fandom always comes first. Another moment that was such bullshit, and I hate that I have to explain this because people don't get it on their own, but I'm here to explain. Another point in the stream that actually made me want to vomit is when he's saying, I don't know anything to anybody. Who does that sound like? Kathy Kennedy. You owe fandom always. And you don't just ignore them when you don't hear what you like. Now, I got mixed up on blocking, muting, or whatever. Unfollowing, if you unfollow your follower, that's bullshit. And saying, I have an inbox where they can... Why would you think they'd look at your message inbox if you unfollowed them? Easily deniable, and you wouldn't be able... What's the point after you've been unfollowed? So, the Kathy argument, his response absolutely proved that he reaches way too far in that pool house, uses the same argument when there's little there. It's a big stretch, and it's making everyone look like a joke. Because my point was, it's being put out there by Shill Access Media, and you take the bait every time, and you're just the opposite side of the coin. You just respond to that constantly. So it's like a ping pong ball, back and forth, hell everywhere. You're just the exact same thing as Access Media. You're just doing the opposite thing. Until we admit that, things don't get better. My other point was, I think he does do disingenuous takes, calling woke for woke's sake. He brought up some scenarios where he thinks he hasn't. Okay, that's subjective. I think he does. He thinks he doesn't. But we'll agree to disagree on that. One day he's all hopped up on Tiger Blood saying, I'm living the dream. I'm above average size. My friend's Ethan Van Sciver. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. My wife is this. And then the next day he says, I think about this all the time. I'm afraid it's going to go away. I like the honesty, but if that doesn't show you're fronting from one high to the lowest low, I don't know what is. That just exactly proves the point. And that's not an exaggeration of your existing personality. That's a complete opposite. Bipolar. Saying you're at the top of the world one day, the next day, I think about this all the time. I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. How doesn't that add to my argument that says you would show for hate clicks in hating everything just to get those views? That absolutely proves it. I'm afraid of losing this. I constantly think about it. I'm never with my family. It absolutely proves that there is just as much problems with credibility of Access Media and of hate Access Media. And I'm not saying they're racist, homophobic, and misogynist, but I will cover that in a separate topic. But that's why this video exists, and here's my final message to Odin. You come at a madman, you stay with the madman, you don't bring an army to fight your fights. You come at me, you keep talking to me. I'm a one-man army, and you don't know shit if you're coming at me, bro. So, that's all for this video. I was going to film it for Midnight Madness. I don't know what I'm calling it now, because honestly, I was tired last night. You know, I do, you know, it's a joke. It's pretty funny now that I say, Leroy Jenkins, because I try to separate my real life from my internet life. And when I try hard. That's why I don't like live streaming, because you have to sit around all day, wait for things to happen, get in the mindset, and talk about things over and over. I talk about shit, and I'm done. I mean, I make more videos because that's what's on my head that day, but I want to talk about it, be done. I don't want to drag it out for an hour asking the same questions, him not getting the answers he wants because he's strawmanning, and me not getting the answers I want because every time I ask a simple yes or no question, he deflects and creates a scenario that I don't want to agree with. That's why I was exhausted. Plus, I was getting as much, to be transparent with you, I was trying to get as much info as I could about your detractors, but that is a freaking headache. And him saying he doesn't need me to tell him about how to do his job. You're acting like Kathy in SJWs when you say, once you get that you don't owe your fandom. That's exactly right. And then you see how pissed he got when I said this could be avoided if there's a way to interact more without super chats constantly. But he got pissed at that because he unfollows some of his followers. So that is something Collider does. And honestly, I've gone full circle with this shit. I respect Access Media more than hate Access Media. I'm not against either side, and I'll stay that way, and I'll try to stay that path. And I want to talk to everyone. I put out feelers for Grace Randolph and Mark Fernandez, but I don't know if they want to talk to a madman on the internet, but I'm still going to try. Maybe I'll call in the rule of two. But besides that, I want because I am moving on, and I want to cover other stuff that's more important than this shit, but knowing how much chaos Jeremy's caused in his own fandom, and he won't admit that, he says, I don't care, I don't give an F what the 5% think. That's not loving your own fandom. It's not, and that's exactly how SJWs think. I don't need to care about what the fandom that got me there wants. I don't need to think about that anymore. Now, you might try to flip that and say they only care about the 5%. Don't flip it. My argument is that they don't care about the fandom and they don't feel they owe fandom. Now, that's the point I'm trying to make. You always owe fandom. I owe every single commenter on my videos my YouTube career, and I'll never forget it. And I'll never, even if you unsub or whatever, people come back, I still talk to them. All right, so you viewers decide on the next video for tomorrow's episode. Do you want to see the Fandom Menace is not a hate group as the topic, or do you want to see Bob Iger, the most dangerous man to ever enter politics? Comment below and vote. The one that gets the most comments, I'll do it. That video first. If you have a better topic, comment that below too, because I am moving on, but I'm not gonna let shit happen like happened yesterday, because that's bullshit. Odin, you want to talk to me. Don't bring in an army to back you up, because I'm a one-man warrior. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Here's a little quick video for the Jerbots out there. Movie review. You know how he said quality control. He does reviews with not a lot of views he wants to get rid of. So there's Beauty and the Beast, Power Rangers. Dunkirk, Valerian. Annabelle, Lucky Logan. Hitman's Bodyguard. It. Mother. Blade Runner. All with barely any views. Stranger Things. Thor. Justice League. So there you go. Only deletes one of the reviews though. That's very convenient.